Hey YouTube, it's your boy B3 back with another cheesy bad movie review reaction, more of a reaction. Because reviews go more in depth and reaction are just kind of surface level thoughts for the most part. But today's movie is actually a blockbuster. But it's just so bad. And it's science fiction, so I think it, kind of fits in our category here. And I'm going to start doing at least some classic movies and stuff. I think eventually this is just going to branch out to science fiction and horror movies in general, honestly. But today's film is a prequel, Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace. And I've had this DVD set since I was a child, and it just has not gotten better. I mean, the only reason I still have it is because it's Star Wars, and I just have it. I don't know why. Because this movie's just shit. I'm sure you've all seen it. But I mean, you have to know it's shit, right? Yeah. It's just... It doesn't make sense. So much of it doesn't make sense. The pod race is copy and paste Ben-Hur chariot scene, which is actually fine. That doesn't even bother me. But at the same time, it's like... Really? You think that... Ben-Hur's an amazing film, and this is not. Qui-Gon Jinn, awful character. In the movie, in the books, he's actually really amazing. Obi-Wan's an ass in this. Queen Amidala's boring. Padme's boring. Annie's annoying. Are Skywalkers all just annoying shits? I just don't know what's up with that. The special effects, they're not too great, but it's also not terribly recent anymore. This was the first Star Wars film I saw in theaters, though. Saw it with my grandfather while I was on vacation. That's a great memory, but at the same time, I mean, it feels like it's made for kids. And honestly, I feel like Star Wars should be an all ages thing for the most part. But Jar Jar Binks, I don't even have to elaborate on that, do I? Do I really? I mean, come on. The film, I mean, it does have a few redeeming things, like Darth Maul, who was just really cool and intimidating in this, even though they didn't explore his character in this. In the expanded universe, he's actually quite an awesome character. And then, the soundtrack's great. John Williams, just amazing. Duel of the Fates, I believe, is the song that plays right before they fight Darth Maul in the end. That's like one of my favorite score pieces ever. It's amazing. It's incredible. I could listen to it all day, every day. It's just incredible. One thing that really bothers me about the prequels is how the technology in the prequels it seems to be way more advanced than the technology in the original trilogy. And the original trilogy takes place 2 decades after the last prequel movie, something like that. And the technology just... No, that doesn't make sense. Not enough practical special effects, way too much CGI. George Lucas, at this point, is just notorious for using too much CGI. He's one of those directors that does a better job when you give him a smaller budget. Just think about that for a second. You'll know it to be true. Steven Spielberg's kind of the same way, too, but not consistently. He can do a higher budget movie and it still be really great. And a low budget movie and it still be really great. Or, Steven Spielberg, same way. I could talk all day about that. But George Lucas, it's pretty consistent. The more money you give him, the more CGI he's going to make, and the less he's just going to care. I mean, these movies are made to sell toys. Star Wars has the largest merchandising rights in the world. George Lucas was lucky enough to be able to hold on to them because none of the studios thought this movie was going to make a dime. Well, this movie, by this movie I mean the Star Wars franchise. And, you know, George Lucas really lucked out on that one. Good for him. But I honestly feel like these movies only exist to make, you know, the toy line come back, you know, hardcore. Because the toy line's pretty much always been going for Star Wars. But I mean, for the toy line to, like, really matter, I guess. Create more toys. I feel like that was the point of this movie. But, yeah, just Star Wars The Phantom Menace, awful. There's no main character, is also a thing I'd like to point out. It's ridiculous. There's too much stuff going on at once. And, like, in that last fight scene, you have Amidala and her team running around. And then there's fucking Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan fighting Darth Maul. And Anakin's flying around fighting the droid ship or whatever thing. I don't fucking know. And then the politics. There's way too much politics. Because that's what everyone loved about the first movies, right? The fucking politics. What the fuck? Why is it mostly politics? And I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I just don't understand what the fuck George Lucas or anyone was thinking with this movie. One of the most iconic franchises of all time, with the most iconic weapon of all time, some of the most iconic characters of all time. It turned actors into icons, and this is what we get. Fucking The Phantom Menace. Thank God J.J. Abrams did Episode 7. He's one of my favorite directors, and Episode 7 fucking kicked ass. But, I mean, this is just a confusing movie. It's like, our trade blockade is completely legal. How the fuck is that legal? You invaded a planet. It's not a trade blockade. And the whole damn movie is just one big confusing turd. And it's shit. It's shit. And the second one's even worse. But we'll talk about that later. So that's it, you guys. Thank you all very much for your time. I just wanted to rant some. Just add some more movies to the list. You know, I'm trying to get you guys a video every single day now. So, you know, and these I can film quickly and in bulk. So, yeah, that's why I'm wearing the same outfit in every video. But, yeah, that's it. Thank you all once again, and I'll see you all later.